Cinema. Welcome back to War with Cinema. I'm your host, Greg, your local metalhead, and with me is...
Par the Collector. What's up, everybody?
And I gave you Angus.
Angus, yes, man. I gave you, which I at the time when I gave you October Sky, I didn't even really think about the nostalgia part of it, you know, like being a childhood favorite, but you gave me one of your childhood favorites, which when I watched this movie, it's like one of those things, it's kind of like the fucking, what did they call it? The Mandela effect. It's like I felt like I had seen the movie, but I didn't really remember it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
this is one of those you probably caught on TV.
Right. I feel like I saw this on a Disney Friday night movie or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like Little Giants or something. Like it's one of those. Or Paper Route. Like that's another like kid movie that you've loved, but you don't remember.
What's funny about this one is like I saw this one. I had to have been at least like 14, 15 maybe when I saw it. And I fell in love with it because I related to it so much. Through the years, I am 36 years old, and everybody I talked to never heard of this movie.
Dude, it's crazy.
It fell so far under the radar.
The kid that plays Angus, like
Charlie Talbert.
Dude, I feel like, why isn't this guy in more shit? Like,
he is. He's in a lot of movies.
I was going to say, even at 14 or however old he was, I mean, he did a great job. It's an adorable movie, man. Like, I was rooting for this fucking kid.
Right.
Like, it had, you know, I mean, it had some cheese, but, you know, that's to be expected with any kid's movie. But yeah, it was lighthearted, and like you said, everybody dealt with this kind of stuff growing up. You know what I mean? That's
the thing I liked about it, though, is because like I did relate to it because I was a fat kid. Yeah. But I feel like you can relate to this on any level.
Right.
Like even they have a shout out to like the popular people. They're going through their own shit.
Dude, it was like a double whammy for me because not only was I a fat fuck, but I played football too. So I was just like this fucking kid.
Yeah.
Like,
because I was into I wasn't
nearly as smart, but
well, that's what I was gonna say. I wasn't into the nerdy science stuff, but I was a nerd. So
I felt like they didn't really have to. I mean, I get why they went with the science route, but like they could have, you know, because the whole point was like him having that other path, like him either sticking it out and being himself at the school he's supposed to, or he plays sports and knows all of his friends, or go to the charter school where nobody knows you and you can start over and be who you want to be. You know, that's the whole thing. Is like, which one is he going to choose?
Yeah. But
I don't feel like they had to go the science route for it. They could have just said he got a scholarship to play football somewhere else.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I think the science experiment was just a way to like relate him to his character.
Oh, they did a good job of tying it all.
Yeah.
At the end, I really liked that the guy that was doing his review or interview or whatever. I really liked how he like crossed his eyes. It was like, I went there myself. You know, like that shit was funny.
You always fucking do that.
What?
Every podcast, you drop to the end of the fucking movie.
It's one tiny little thing, dude. That didn't give anything away. Like, you know, I do this, man.
It's just hilarious. But
yes, the movie is about a kid named Angus, and it's pretty much his whole life he's been a bigger boy, and his mother, played by the great Kathy Bates, which she was fantastic in this. Like, I feel like everybody sees their mom in Kathy Bates.
100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess his dad had a heart attack while he was waiting on her to give birth, and because he was so big, took 2 days to have him. My mother was in labor with me for a while too.
Really?
Yeah, or maybe it was my sister, one of us. But
it was probably you. You're a big dude.
Yeah, not small, but yeah, like it just shows that like his whole life he's had this kid, and everybody, and that's another thing that makes this movie so relatable is everybody had a Rick Stansfield in their life, right? The kid down the street that's just better at every fucking thing,
always gets the leg up in life,
dude. I don't even know, like I get it, like he hadn't just been discovered yet, but them getting fucking James Vanderbeek to play the fucking bully, bro, is fucking great. He looks like a guy you want to punch in the fucking face, bro. Like, and he gets hit in the face 5 times in this movie. It's fucking great, dude. And, you know, I've seen him in other stuff now, and I've watched him do interviews and stuff, and like, I've gathered that he's not a bad guy. Like, you know, he's learned to kind of laugh at himself, and he's like, yeah, I get it. I was the teen heartthrob and all that shit. I love Varsity Blues, which is hilarious because he plays quarterback in that fucking movie too. But he's kind of playing the Lance character. He's playing the Paul Walker character in this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Varsity Blues?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
I told you, there's so many movies I haven't seen that you don't know.
I know you'll fucking hate it, but I still want to do it. Like, because it's just fucking gold. That was my high school movie right there.
Yeah, it's just when it comes to sports movies, I usually don't care a lot about them, so I don't watch them.
Yeah, I used to joke with people all the time, like, yeah, man, you want to know what it was like playing football at our high school? Fucking watch that movie. Just like it. Just like it.
We'll have to do it just to like compare the two.
I don't know I don't know if I'd give it as a review, but I'd definitely give it a watch, if you ain't got shit to do.
Oh, okay.
But he plays just the fucking greatest bully in this. Like, he's not even the Dawson yet, and he's still awesome. The grandfather, fuck. I lost my grandfather over a year ago, like a couple weeks ago was the year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I fucking teared up, dude, bro, because I knew it was coming. I was like, these motherfuckers are going to do it to us. I just fucking feel it. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's very relatable because my grandfather was an awesome fucking dude. And he always had little sayings, little wisdom for you. Make you not tell you what he was like, not telling you what to do, but like, putting it to you in a way that you can figure that shit out. Like, oh,
that must be nice. My grandfather just insults me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's still alive?
Yeah.
Well, at least you got time, bro.
Yeah.
Just be like, hey, man.
More time for him to insult me.
I really want to love you, man, but you're kind of a cocksucker.
I mean, yeah, that's like not word for word, but it's close.
Yeah, but could you like not be? Because I want to have fond memories of you, not like fucking pissing on your grave when everybody leaves. That type
right.
of deal.
I want to be proud of you, not ashamed.
Right. But so yeah, that really got to me, bro. I teared up in this fucking movie. I'm watching it on Father's Day, and I'm just like, God damn it, Craig. Got me in my feels, bro. What are you doing?
It's always raining over here. You know this.
As I see that. Who hurt you?
So the movie's about this kid that he's an outcast, right? He can't seem to fit in with anybody. He's a big dude.
He plays sports. He should be hella popular, but because he's not mean, he's a gentle giant is what I would consider him. He's a big guy and he could fuck people up, but he doesn't want to hurt people. He wants to be your friend.
Yeah, he wants to be a scientist. He wants to do biology and shit like that. But the reason I related to this movie so much is because I was a bigger guy and I never really felt that I fit in. And even now to this day, I've learned to accept it. But I'm into weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know this. You've seen the movies I watch, the music I listen to. And so I just related on that level that I just never really fit in. But
and I feel like everybody, like I said, at that age always feels like they're not really who they want to be, or they're, you know what I mean?
They're trying to be normal, but they have these things about them that that's just who they are, but they want to get rid of it.
I think that's one of the best parts, not to jump to the end of the movie, but is the part that his little speech about what he makes. Like, what the fuck does normal mean?
Exactly.
Which, by the way, what is this movie rated, bro? I heard fuck in it a couple times. They use dildos. There's a fucking blow up doll.
I think it's PG-13, and it was before the
Brody watched like watched the second half of it with me.
Oh, the worst half? Yeah.
And he was like asking me, he said, hey, Dad, what's this movie rated? And I was like, I don't know, son. I was like, it should be at least PG-13. I was like, but it came out in the 90s, so it could be G.
Yeah, right.
I was like, so I honestly don't know. I figured it was probably PG-13.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was great because, I mean, it's like, what the fuck is normal, man? Like, that's what makes people great is the fact that we're all not the same.
Exactly.
But for some reason, when we're younger, like that shit doesn't exist. Like that kind of logic, that kind of thinking just doesn't exist.
Yeah, you don't want to be different because when you're different, you get made fun of, and it's just a shit you don't want to deal with.
And I felt bad for the Shermanator, man, because like he was his only fucking friend, and they bullied the shit out of him until he gave them what they wanted, man.
Yeah.
Like they stuffed that kid into lockers and shit, broke his fucking arm, poor little guy.
And I'm sure there are people that can relate to that character.
Oh, for sure, dude. There's probably the people out there that still feel like that guy. I mean, and
that's why I'm surprised this movie doesn't have more of a cult following.
I ain't gonna lie. I would show this to every kid in middle school.
Yeah. 100%.
Like 7th grade year. Like instead of some bullshit health video, bro, show them this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because this right here could show you. And I mean, the sad part is it doesn't go hard enough in some aspects now because, it doesn't really show the negative impact of treating somebody like that. And that's why people get, there's fucking school shootings and shit.
Well, that's what Carrie's for.
Huh?
Carrie, the movie?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Carrie's still not even really, you know what I mean?
She kills people because she got bullied.
She's got fucking powers, though, bro. That doesn't fucking, you know what I mean? Like, if she just fucking killed them, that's one thing. But, like,
well, there was
she's blowing their heads up and shit and using her mind to, like, come on, dude.
Well, there was the one part, her friend, they made fun of her because she got put into a book where they rate, you know, how good sex is, and she killed herself. Like, that sucks.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, like I said, all bullying in general, but, like, it doesn't, obviously, it's not that kind of movie, so it doesn't paint it like that.
Yeah, it doesn't want you to.
I still feel like it has a good message. Like, don't fucking treat people like shit just because they're not like you, or because they're not into the same things as you. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the biggest problem I feel like we have in today is labels. Everybody's got to have a label. You
don't understand. That's where, like, not you, but like people, that's where they don't understand is that's where the interesting shit comes from. Like, I am drawn to people that are different. Like, those are the interesting people to me. Like, if you're talking to me about the same bullshit, if you're like, I just find you boring and I don't want to have a conversation with that person.
No, I get it.
I mean, like, most of the people around our area, they want to talk about sports, fishing, trucks, like, and I just don't care about those things.
Right. No, I mean, that's fine. I mean, and there's nothing wrong for liking what you like, but the problem is like, don't shut people out just because they're different.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what the whole point of this movie is, I feel like. And that's why I think, like I said, every middle school kid should watch this movie. Because everybody's got flaws. Nobody's perfect. And this movie does a good job of, like, I love that part, like I said, when he's sitting down with the tutor. And his mom's like, where are you going? And he's like, mutating. Because, like, he has a great little speech. And I think that's why, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably the only reason they left the science shit in there. Was because, you know, he's going through about like, you put anything into an environment it's not belongs in, it'll die off within yada yada yada.
But if it can stay,
if it can weather the storm, like weather the environment,
right, and then the environment has to change to what it is.
It mutates and evolves and all that, and it's just a great thing because that's the thing. It doesn't matter. You could change every characteristic about you every day, you know, until you're exhausted, like you don't even remember anymore. But you can't change who you are. You can't change what you are.
And I mean, to be fair, with the internet, Instagram and everything, and TikTok, this is probably more important than ever because everyone's trying to be the same thing over and over and over. It's like, be different because that's
cool.
That's what really matters. Not be different, be yourself.
Right.
You know?
And that's the thing, man. I feel like we all have gotten caught up into that because of social media. Like, I feel like life is now one big fucking popularity contest. Like, I'm not saying everybody, but I feel like people that are constantly pointing out that they're on doing this thing or they're doing that thing. Look at how great my fucking life is. Like, that's just, like, who are you doing that for? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between like somebody that's like, you know, I've been saving my whole life for this trip and it's lived up to what I built it up in my mind. You know what I mean? Those are people that you can tell genuinely fucking are loving that shit. You know what I mean? And it'll show through that passion. But if people are just, I don't know, man, maybe it's just
it's like those people that pay to be on private jets to take pictures just to show like there's some kind of status symbol or whatever. Right. But then you have people that are just genuinely obsessed with jets or whatever, or just like fancy cars. Like if they're genuinely obsessed with it, like Jay Leno. You think Jay Leno gives a fuck what you think about him? No, Jay Leno just really likes cool ass cars.
Right.
But then you have other ones that are buying like Bugattis. It's like, you're not obsessed with cars. You're obsessed with what people think about you having that car.
Or the money involved.
Right, exactly. The money. Yeah.
Well, he goes into materialism and capitalism and all that crazy shit. But I don't know, man. I just feel like certain people out there just feel like they don't feel like they're doing well unless other people think they're doing well.
And you got to cut that shit out.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the shit that kills you right there. Because, like, it took me a while, bro. I used to play that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, for a little bit. Like, I still, even now, I struggle with it sometimes. Like, I want people to like me. You know what I mean? I want people to love me.
I mean, I've got that too. But me, I'm passionate about so many things. You look around my house, you see how many fucking hobbies I get. And I do post about it. I'm not posting to, like, brag. I'm posting to, like, find common interest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That I feel like is the difference. You showing that what you're passionate about, that's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I'm talking about the people that you were just talking about that, like, look at where I'm at. Look how much better I'm doing. Like, nothing pisses me off more than when somebody says, like, you need to get like me. Or you need to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see that shit all the time.
That hustle culture?
Yeah, or they'll stand in front of a fucking car that probably ain't even theirs and they're like fucking goals or you know what I'm saying? Self-made. Like, fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a little bit of help, dude. Nobody does it completely on their own.
All right.
Like, I don't know, man.
Another aspect I love about this movie, and I realized this after rewatching this movie and I was thinking about the movies I like. I'm obsessed with the story about the loser getting the girl. I don't know why. I've noticed a lot of the movies that I enjoy have that storyline in it. And that's another part of this movie is he doesn't feel good enough for this girl, but they do end up going to the dance together because they're trying to play a prank on him. So they make her queen and make him king. But whenever he goes and talks to her, he realizes she has the same insecurities as him. She's no different than him. She's just attractive. That's literally...
being a teenage girl would be the fucking worst.
Oh, 100%. Like she said, she's like, I hate sweating. He's like, I sweat all the time.
Tell
she's
me
like,
about it. Like, you know.
She's like, yeah, but you're a dude. You're like supposed to sweat. I'm a girl. I have standards and I have to live up to these standards. And that's tough on girls. I'm so glad I wasn't born a girl. Like, you guys have it hard. Not only do you have to give birth, you have to live up to these like standards that are just impossible to meet.
Women are fucking amazing creatures because of the fact of what they can or what they are capable of.
Right.
You know, they say men run the world, but women are, dude. They're the ones holding the strings. You know
Yeah. They are the puppet.
We're the front
puppeteers.
man, dude. They're the back. They're the cabinet. You know what I'm saying? They're running shit.
Yeah, they're really running shit. They're
puppet master.
They're making you feel like you're running shit.
Yeah, exactly. And as I've noticed too, if you look back, most men great in history, they always had a woman that was right there that was just as fucking badass. Like,
right. Because there was another movie that I like, Knocked Up. Like, I've seen Knocked Up more than any other movie. I don't know why. I just relate to that movie
I do
too.
love that movie, but it's such a sour love because of like how big a bitch Katherine Heigl is in fucking real life.
Well,
man.
You were talking before the podcast,
gonna,
and we're going to get to a subject like that. But Knocked Up, it's the same concept. The goofy looking dude getting the attractive girl. Like, I don't know why I'm so attracted to that storyline.
I remember reading the reviews on Knocked Up because I saw it in theaters and fucking loved it, man. Yeah. And I remember one there said there's not enough drugs and alcohol in the state of California that would ever make Seth Rogen fuckable enough to a woman like Katherine Heigl. And I was just laughing so hard because like they put that in a fucking review, man. Like it's a movie, bro.
That's the point of the movie. Like
it's like when they do She's Out of My League, you know, because like she is like compared to Jay or whatever his fucking name is, like, yeah, dude, she's banging hot, but like she's not like the hottest chick of all time.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's cool, but sometimes I feel like the whole joke is about it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's kind of like another one that I enjoyed that people hate, but you know, I kind of like it. Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, I find it funny. Like
it's hilarious.
Like
bro.
It has its flaws, but if you can look past them, it's a cute little movie.
It's my favorite Kevin Smith movie, not in the View Askew universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that movie just fucking works. Like it's funny on a lot of levels.
Right.
But I just want to stress enough that how much I enjoyed the grandfather character in this because
he was really that's what I noticed too rewatching this because I haven't seen this in a few years. I love the grandfather character. Like
he really was the backbone of this movie.
He was. Without him, I don't think it would work as well. Like it wouldn't be as strong.
You know, and when this movie came out, Kathy Bates was fucking big time in it. You know what I mean? And like she's really not in it that much.
Not
like,
really. No.
She's got a couple little scenes. You know, which she took him slow dancing with a sex doll way better than any mother I ever would have met would have handled it.
What the fuck are you doing?
She just kind of laughs it off like, you want to bring your friend?
I know. It makes you like, I don't know, hope that all mothers are that cool and chill.
Understanding.
But that's the thing is she was the best friend mom.
Well, I mean, just the way that he grew up, like with him not having his dad and then the grandfather being in his life, like that strong woman, like, you know what I mean? Like she is mom and dad. So like that's the kind of relationship I got from them. Like they are closer than anybody.
Right.
You know?
They also had that storyline between the younger woman marrying the older man, and he emphasizes like, people tell us we shouldn't get married. Fuck them. I don't care. I want to marry this woman because I love her and she wants to marry me. Right. And you can tell that the woman actually like genuinely loved him.
Yeah.
For who he was as a person, not she wasn't like some gold digger or whatever looking for.
He didn't have money,
right? But she might have had an insurance policy that paid.
That's true.
But yeah.
Well, and they also didn't get married, she didn't get shit.
Yeah, this is true. But
I mean, for the sake of the story, I mean, yes, I believe that because she was fucked up about it, and she brought him the Superman box, and you know that was cool.
I thought you would like that part.
I was just about to get to it. I really thought that was a great quote because it's true, man. Like Superman's not brave because he's going in there knowing that as long as it's not one thing that they got, he's got nothing to worry about.
Right.
He could bulletproof, fireproof, all that shit. You know, so it's not really being brave. It's just doing the right thing.
Yeah.
For that kid to be bullied the way he was every single day and not even... That was the most frustrating part of it is for me to watch because I was that big and I would fucking let you know. Like, I'm not fucking with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it got me into shit, but in my mind, I'll handle all that, you know?
See, that's the difference between me and you is I kind of rolled with it. I'm a very like laid back person. I just roll with the punches. I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, I was being called fat all my life growing up, and I'm like, yeah, all you're doing is pointing out the obvious. Like,
yes. Yeah, see, I would have said, you want to see fat? And I took a bite out of their fucking face. Like, that's where I was.
Yeah, I was the butt of the joke, but, you know, it didn't bother me.
I don't know, man. I've never liked feeling weak or, like, looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess, like, there was a lot of times I should have took that high road, but I didn't. Yeah. I Angused it. You know, I just broke his fucking nose
right.
and go on about my business.
Yeah.
You got to give it to James Vanderbeek, a true asshole, bro. After somebody breaks your fucking nose 3 times.
And you're still fucking with them? Like,
right. Like, I mean, obviously you're not fucking smart. Like, how many concussions have you gotten, kid?
Right.
You're in high school. Like, you going to go pro? You got CTE already. Because, I mean, he broke his nose, Angus. That shit was hilarious. I laughed every time they said it.
It was an ongoing joke, yeah.
And
especially at the end.
Yeah, when the old boy hits him with his fucking cast, I was like, good for you, Sherman. That's not even his fucking name in this movie, but
no.
It's like Bert or some shit.
His name is Chris Owen. But
in the movie?
No, it's not in the movie.
Oh, yeah. Let's say it's like Rattenberger or some shit.
Yeah. They don't even have him like on... Oh, there's the guy.
How do they not have his picture up, bro?
They do have his picture up. It's just he's so far down here.
That's just disrespectful, man.
It is disrespectful as fuck.
This kid is like the third biggest, like has the third biggest part in this movie.
Troy is
Troy, yeah. Weddleberger.
You see how far down he is, though?
That's fucked.
He's the you know, lead, not lead, but
he's the fucking best friend.
Yeah.
He's in half the fucking movie. That's what I said. Other than Angus and James Vanderbeek and the grandfather and maybe Kathy Bates. No, fuck, he's in the movie more than Kathy Bates.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah, old boy got fucked out of that one.
Yeah.
I don't know who's handling your fucking career in 1994, but like, they fucked you.
I thought it was a good role for him, though. Like, he fit in there so perfectly. I couldn't imagine anybody else doing that role.
Dude, that kid was a professional fucking nerd.
Professional weirdo.
Like, as a kid, because, dude, think about the 90s, bro. How many fucking movies he lined up as a kid? Like, Major Pain, did this. Like, he had to do all these within, like, 3 or 4 years.
Right.
So, I mean, he was busy.
He got that money before it ran dry.
He probably never went to a fucking high school, honestly. Like, I'll just act.
Yeah.
I never was a kid, just an actor. Like, I always thought about that, like, bro, like, how cool would that have been? But, like, how fucking shitty is it if you think about it? Like,
to get typecast?
No, not even that, bro. Like, if you're a child star or a teen star, bro, and you're making all that money, dude.
Well, because you don't have... You're
making all that money, and then, one, how long will it last?
You can't miss what you don't know kind of thing. Like, saying they grew up without a childhood, but they didn't... They had their own childhood.
Right.
But it does fuck you up. I mean, we were just talking about some of the childhood stars.
That's true.
And how fucked up they were, so. But then there's some of them that survive it. Like the kid from Sixth Sense, I can't remember his fucking name.
Oh, Haley Joel Osment?
Yeah, he's pretty normal, I think.
Yeah.
He's back in acting.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that he got back in that. He didn't grow very much.
I think he grew a lot.
Really? Because I feel like he still was 12 in the face. He's just gotten fatter. And I don't think he's gotten any taller. Like,
He does have a baby face.
you know, when he did Mac, when he played Fat Mac on Sunny in Philadelphia for a couple episodes, it was fucking hilarious. Because he had his hair slick. He looked just like the fucking guy, like beard and everything. I was like so shocked. You know, and Macaulay Culkin's all right. Like, you know,
Macaulay Culkin
he's different, but he's not like fucked up. Like,
yeah. He's a good person.
Right. He didn't OD or, you know, end up in some fucking loony bin or anything like that.
He got lucky.
I feel like him and then like the most of them that are still good are like because they stayed famous. They didn't have that fall off.
Well, I feel like they kind of took a step back from Hollywood because Macaulay Culkin took a step back. Like he stopped.
Well, he did, but I'm saying like Drew Barrymore, she's been on TV since she was like fucking 7.
She's adjusted well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably one of the coolest fucking people ever.
Britney Spears lost her mind, and she's kind of
bounced back, but
you can tell there's something not right. Like don't get me wrong, I
She's
fucking
gay.
love Britney Spears. She is the GOAT, but you
I
can
feel
tell
like
that
she's
she's
gave up
not
her
all
soul
there.
for this shit, bro. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Like, how many comebacks has she had, bro? Like, it takes a little bit more out of your soul every time to come back, depending on what you did, I guess.
I'm just talking about all the nudes she keeps posting on Instagram.
Let's get these ratings because this is a perfect time to jump into the other subject we were going to talk about.
Yeah, I guess you're right because I don't have a whole lot more to say about this.
No, like I said, it was cool. It was a great little. It was like I said, it was a cute movie. I enjoyed it. Obviously, like I said, had I seen it, thought not seen it, remembered seeing it when I was younger, would have loved it just as much, if not more.
Yeah, I tried doing our rating at the beginning of the movie or the beginning of the review rather, but I felt like it took a lot of the wind out of our sails when we're discussing it.
Right.
So I'm going to put it back at the end after we're discussing it. So it's just how we're going to do things from now on. But I give it you. So you give your rating.
Adult Par gives it a 7.7, and like I said, it was cute. I had some laughs. You know, I didn't hate it by any means. 13-year-old Par would have seen this. Well, fucking probably would have gave it a 9.5, dude. It's good. You know what I mean? Like, and I probably could have used that self-esteem boost at that age. You know what I'm saying? Like, even movies like Heavyweights that were made for bigger kids, like, it didn't really. There was no like lesson learned. Like, those fat fucks took over the camp and ordered all that food, and like they didn't give a shit. I mean, yeah, they got together at the end and won the little competition that would never fucking happen.
It was very unbelievable. Yeah.
Right. It was very Disneyed up at the end of it. But like, this movie is like one of those things that like you actually felt like you learned a lesson, and you felt like, oh man, maybe I'm not alone out there.
Right.
If that is how I was feeling. So, like I said, I think it's very good.
I'm glad you said that because I wasn't sure how you were going to feel about this. I thought you were going to feel it was like too cheesy or whatever. But
well, like I said, with October Sky, I mean, I kind of like halfway through it, I was just like, you know, I didn't realize how like more geared towards the younger audience this movie was as much as I had remembered in the past.
Right.
Because like when I saw it at 13, 12, whatever it was, like I just remember all the science shit and like just being like so amazed that like, man, these fucking these country ass kids from nowhere, like one of them went to work for fucking NASA. Like, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
It was super cool.
So yeah, like I went into this knowing, and you had warned me to say, hey, this is one of my favorites when I was younger.
Right.
So I didn't want to shit on it. You know what I mean? Too bad, because
you could have though.
No, but I mean, it really wasn't bad though.
Yeah.
Like it was a cute movie. That's what I meant. Like my son enjoyed it.
Yeah,
you know, like, and he's going into middle school, and I said, "You see, son, it's okay to be you. Like, it's okay not to be just like
that." Actually
everybody
makes
else.
me feel good that he got to watch it because I think it is a good movie. I watched it about his age,
right? Because I didn't think he would give a fuck. You know what I mean? He always walks through when I'm watching shit, and most of the time, unless it's got a superhero or like a monster or something in it, like he don't give a fuck. He just keeps it moving. What are you watching, Dad? All right, cool. Keeps going.
Right.
Today he was like, "What's this?" I was like, "It's a movie called Angus." You know, it's about a movie that came out when I was about your age, maybe a little older. And he was like, cool. He just sat down and just started watching it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you want me to rewind it? He's like, no, I got it. And I mean, it's not like it's a crazy hard plot to figure out.
Yeah.
But
You get the gist.
yeah, he got it he got in about the time that he found out he won, and that he was trying to learn how to dance, and you know, you get all the cool dress, the montage and all that.
The 90s montage made me cringe so bad. I really wish that wasn't in here, but it's a time.
I love the old man when he's playing chess with the other old guy, and that also choked me the fuck up too. Because
when he lays down the king, oh my god!
And that old man was waiting on him, man, because that's all he did. Like, you know what I mean? Like, those old guys met there every whatever day it was. You know what I mean? Like,
probably every day.
And like, the kid's fucked up, you know, and like he's crying too. This fucking grown ass man crying too. Like, it got me, bro. I was teared up like a motherfucker. And then when he was just talking about, I just want my moment, I was like, if this fucking old man is dead, dude. And when he put the fucking music on and he didn't jump up, I was like, fuck you. Oh, damn it. I knew it was coming, but it still got me, dude.
Yo, it sneaks up on you.
It's like, motherfucker.
Because they do such a good job at it, is I noticed they focus on Angus, and Angus is giving his monologue about everything that he's going through. And that's when the grandfather takes a nap, quote
Even
unquote.
in death, he taught the kid a fucking lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though you think you got it worse, you think you can't get no worse. Look, I'm fucking dead now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, great coming of age movie. And if you got kids that are 10, 11, 12, it's a great fucking movie to play for them.
Yeah. Rating is highly recommended. And I like what you said, that they should be playing this movie in middle school.
I do. I mean, yeah, of course, there's a cuss word or two, maybe a more tad inappropriate. But like I said, if you give it to them like around that age, 13, 14, they're mature enough. Yeah, they'll giggle.
They've heard this shit already.
Right, exactly. Well, shit, now kids nowadays, man, fuck. Some of them might have kids in that fucking class. Who knows?
Right. This is softcore compared to the kids we got now.
Exactly. So but yeah, I think I thought it was a cute little movie, man. I enjoyed it. If I ever see it out, I would buy it.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, I know, right? Dude, when you gave it to me and I pulled it up and I was like, dude, the fucking menu was literally play or this and didn't even have a fucking homepage menu, really. Or, I mean, it had a menu.
I'm surprised I was able to find a DVD of it because it's just so old and I don't see it anywhere.
But shout out to the kid, to the guy that played Angus, man, because like I feel like even at that age he had presence.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and he had great
charisma.
Yeah, I guess it was just say like when that little water, the water. I like the water fountain scene where he's like, "Hey, how's your day going?" Oh, fucking stupid. Like, you know, like I just thought that was good. Like he did a good little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. To be that kid's first, second movie, whatever it was. Thought he did a really good job.
I think so too.
I'm interested to see how he acts as an adult, so I might have to look him up.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of little roles.
Hopefully, it's something that I could enjoy. You know, not fucking Starship Troopers 4, and he's like the fucking bus driver or something. Like, I don't need to see that. But no, the other thing that we had talked about at the beginning of the show, and I was wondering because there's been a lot of talk and stories about Warner Brothers and their handling of Ezra Miller and the Flash movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling you, as a comic book fan, a lifelong comic book fan and superhero fan, I want to see this movie. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know that he's a piece of shit. Like, I get it.
Right.
I'm not saying that by going to see this movie, I support him or what he does or any of that shit. But me and you have had a conversation a couple times about separating the art from the artist.
Right.
Like, I don't like Kanye West as a fucking person, but he makes great fucking music. I'm sorry. Like, you know, do I care that he treated like Kim Kardashian like shit? No, not really. It doesn't bother my life at all to know that.
Yeah.
Because that bitch has no soul anyways. So, I mean, you know what I mean? But like,
I think people really need to realize that when it comes down to it, that's all personal preference. Put your money where your mouth is, kind of thing.
Right.
If you don't support it, then don't support it. That's completely up to you as a person. But don't downplay other people if they want to, because they're not, like you said, they're not supporting the artist. They're just supporting, like, because there's a lot more people that went into that movie than him.
And they're like, oh, I'll never watch another Warner Brothers movie. Well, that's crazy talk, bro.
Yeah, they are just being
ridiculous. Because they own a shitload of good properties, bro. Do you agree with how they handled the situation? No. And even me, as a fan, I would have got ahead of that shit way early. Like, look, obviously we had no idea this guy was into shit like this.
Mm-hmm.
But we've already dumped almost $1 billion into this fucking thing.
Right. They're paying other people. There's writers. There's directors.
It's not like if we cancel this bitch, he's the only one missing a check.
Exactly.
There's fucking thousands of people, hundreds of people that have been working on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's still great. It's still a great movie because he's not being Ezra Miller in the fucking movie, playing Barry Allen.
Well, people like to take a stand on things and they don't want to support him because if they support the movie and it does well, it seems like they're supporting him, but that's not necessarily the case.
And I get that to a certain extent. And that's what I'm saying. If you feel that way, like you can't separate the two and you're like, if he's not a good person, I'm not going to support him. Well, that's fine. If you don't want to go see the movie, don't go see the movie. But don't throw a fucking picket line up outside because I want to go see it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to go out and buy his fucking action figures and stuff now. Like, but I mean, shit, dude, I've waited my whole life to see a fucking good Flash movie. And I'm sorry, I'm going to go see the motherfucker when it comes out. Like,
well, it's like me. Like, I won't listen to Chris Brown because I don't support him as an artist, you know, because of what he did.
Right.
But there are girls that I know that will listen to Chris Brown. They like, he can beat me all day. And I'm like,
they love that shit.
Your prerogative if that's what you want, and go for it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Bruce Willis, you know, he's not dead or anything, but it's just an example. And I know there's multiple actors and entertainers that are like this. They'll tell you they met him in person. He's not a nice guy. And if you say that you love Die Hard or if you love this, he's going to tell you, fuck you. I hate that movie. You know what I mean? And that's what made him who he is. You know what I mean? But like, I still like him as an actor. I still love a lot of his movies. Like, I still go back and watch his movies knowing full well that he's probably not a nice guy.
Right.
You know?
But in the same breath, you won't fuck with Pauly Shore anymore.
Yeah, and I met him personally.
That's what I'm saying. You met him personally. He was a dick to you.
And it's not that I haven't tried. Like, I mean, everybody has a bad day or whatever, you know what I mean? I've tried to go back, but it's just like it kind of took something out of it for me.
Right.
I guess it's what you say. It's the perspective versus the actual of knowing it, knowing them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Kevin Smith did a movie with Bruce Willis. So if he says, I can't watch a Bruce Willis movie anymore, then you know that they probably didn't have that good a relationship. But if you just hear it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think it comes down to personal preference because how many people are still eating Subway? How many people are still eating Chick-fil-A? Right. Like, you have to pick your own battles, your personal battles, but don't, you know. That's
good fucking chicken, dude. Like, what are you going to do? They bless that chicken, bro. It's good. Hate. It's so good, dude. Yeah.
But if it's somebody that's really supportive of gay culture and they can't support Chick-fil-A because they don't support the gay culture, then that's fine. That's up to you. That's your prerogative. That's,
man.
You know?
I'm not going to make you feel bad for not eating this chicken. It's just more for me.
Right.
Yeah. That's the thing is, like, I feel like nowadays people have gotten to that point where, like, they all got to have a common enemy.
Right.
Like, there's got to be a bad guy, and we got to be going after him.
Well, we were talking about it before. Idris Miller is a bad guy.
Ezra Miller, yes, he's not a good person at all. But like I said, if you choose to spend your fucking money that you earned, and you want to go see that Flash movie, I don't think you should be crucified for it. Like,
agreed.
Hopefully, I don't lose friends and followers over it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just believe that, like, it's your right to choose whether you want to see it or not. And it's your right to choose whether you want to enjoy it or not. Now, I may go see it and it may be the worst fucking movie ever. Or maybe so much of the truth has come out about it that I can't enjoy it because all I can think of is the terribleness.
Right.
You know, but that's my reserve for my right, you know, to make that choice.
Yeah, there's one actor from the 80s/90s. Have you ever seen Howard the Duck?
Yeah.
You know the old guy scientist that turns into the alien? What's his name? That actor?
Oh, shit.
He has like red hair, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can't watch his movies because of what he's done.
Right.
You know, he's, you know, had pictures of little kids.
Right.
And like, I would love to do Mom and Dad Save the World.
Right.
But the fact that he's in it makes me not want to support that just because that's a line that I can't cross. Like, I can separate the art from the artist, but there are hard lines, and that's just one of them that I can't get past.
Yeah, I don't do fuck with anybody that hurts kids and shit like that. I don't like that. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying it's not a case by case basis, but look at something like Johnny Depp. Like, Johnny Depp never had anything proven,
right? Just
to what this woman said, and they ruined his life, man. And now, of course, after he spent all this fucking time and money and lost out on how much, now he can go out in public and say, "Hey, look, I wasn't lying. I'm not a piece of shit."
Yeah.
I mean, it took me $250 million to prove it. which is fucked. But like, and I get it. I mean, it is fucking shitty. Like, she did all this, got all that, and she still gets to be in a new fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you were talking about the...
Yeah, because they were saying Warner Brothers needs to get this and that. Well, Warner Brothers is in the middle of a fucking buyout. They're getting bought out by fucking Discovery. And the guy that's running... I
figured it would be the other way around. Like, Warner Brothers would be buying Discovery.
See, the problem is Warner Brothers, every time they team up, they're the ones that get bought. Like, they're the ones that end up giving it all up.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went with AT&T, and then they were just like, oh, well, and then they had HBO Max, and I was keeping them away for a while. And DC Comics, man, like, it's like a blessing and a curse, bro, because they're the gold standard on what like superhero movies were and are, but now Marvel's taking them on that.
Yeah, but Marvel's on the decline too. I have taken a hiatus on watching superhero movies and Star Wars movies, TV shows.
You picked the worst time to do it, because I'm telling you, bro, The Boys.
No.
Prime?
Those don't. The Boys don't count. The boys aren't part of Marvel universe.
True. That's very true.
So, I'm fucking with The Boys because
Moon Knight was good though.
Meh.
Did you see it?
I don't care. I don't
fucking myth it. Then just say I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
All right,
and I don't care to see it.
That's fair. Don't meh. It was just fantastic.
I don't want to watch Obi-Wan because I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not been bad, but it's underwhelming.
I heard they're dropping the ball.
It's not even that, bro. It's just like you give Vader, which is really all you need, and they're just not. It's the same problem I had with Rogue One, man. Give me some motherfucking Vader, son. Give me some of that shit. Give me some of that cool shit.
Yeah, I've hopped off the nostalgia train for good.
Yeah.
Did you watch
I'm riding
Jurassic
off
Park?
the rails.
Jurassic World, rather?
Of course I did.
What'd you think?
Worst one.
Yeah, that's why I said good luck. I didn't want to say anything before you went and seen it because I don't want to.
Not worst one in this trilogy. Worst
one ever
period.
made. I've heard that from many, many people.
It was just so like, I just kept thinking to myself, like, bro, why is this so complicated? It's a fucking movie about dinosaurs. Just give me the shock and all. Like, right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I said, it wasn't bad. Fucking B-Man loved it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe it's the reviewer in me, bro. I've just been doing this too much now, and now I can't.
I have tainted you.
I just can't sit and enjoy a movie. It's not even movies that you pick for me. It's just all movies in general.
You're looking at them differently now.
Yeah, and I told Ashley that the other day. I was like, God damn, man. I was like, I just want to turn my brain off and enjoy a movie again. But like, I'm fucking stuck in reviewer mode. Like, but yeah, I gave it like a 6.5. Like, yeah,
that's pretty high.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there was still awesome shit to look at, and I'm a sucker, bro. Show me a dinosaur.
Yeah, you're going to be happy.
Take my money. And they came up with some cool looking ones, and I mean, there was still some cool shit, but like it definitely had some flaws that were unavoidable.
Yeah.
Like
I heard there was no story. It was just scenes put together, like glued together.
No, it was way too much story, bro. Like they were just coming out with storylines out the ass. Like, and they still found a way to tie them all up. I mean, it was almost a 3-hour fucking movie too, which I was like, I fell asleep in the motherfucker for 20 minutes, woke back up and still fucking saw another hour and a half.
The fact that you go to sleep in theaters blows my mind.
I don't like to, bro. Like I pay good money for that shit. I don't want to go to bed. Like
you even went to sleep during Star Wars when we went.
I know, dude. I did, didn't I? Return of the Jedi or Last Jedi, didn't I?
I had to wake your ass up because Luke,
yeah, because it was, thank God you did, even though it pissed me off. That's what ruined that fucking movie. It was the greatest Star Wars movie until the last 20 minutes of it.
Nah, it's still the best out of the 3 for me.
It's still got some cool shit that I like going back and watching, but like old Ryan Johnson, boy, he flipped that shit on its neck, didn't he? That's why they fired his ass. Hey, bro, this is Star Wars. You don't get to just wing it.
Yeah.
This established shit. George Lucas is throwing shit right now, bro. You don't want to go in there. He'll force choke your ass with his wallet. But yeah.
Was there anything else you wanted to say on the?
I just like I said, I've seen a lot of talk about that, like people just bashing this and cancel culture and all that, and I'm just like, instead of cancel culture, man, like why don't we just let adults make their own decisions?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like you said, if you choose to support it, cool. If not, also God bless, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean, you don't have to hate me for feeling either way about it.
Right.
Yeah, like we can agree to disagree, or we can agree to agree, whatever.
Yeah.
But life goes on. There's more important shit.
I get a lot of flack on this podcast because I don't like certain movies, and I've just learned to take it because I don't like everything that you like. Not you, but everyone.
Yeah, you do that a lot, though.
Yeah.
Well, not just with me, but like with things that are universally
I hate
loved.
most things.
Like that are universally loved.
Yeah.
You're like that dude, and this is the end. Like, I bet you hate universally loved movies. He's like, what'd you think about Forrest Gump? Overrated piece of shit.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
That's me.
Life is fucking Boston chocolates. None of that shit.
Yeah.
This is the best part of that movie. That party. I wish I could have got to that party, bro.
We'll have one day.
Oh, the at an end of the world party. Oh, fuck yeah! As long as we can get Seth Rogen and them to show up, be perfect.
I'll have some movies to talk about before we get out of here.
Yeah, let me see the stack, dude.
So, it is in the works. Me and my buddy, he is from Reviews from the West. We did an episode on there.
Shout out to Victor.
Yeah, shout out to Victor. Me and Victor have been in talks about doing not sister, but like a podcast attached to this one where we're going to talk about art house movies, just mind benders, weird, obscure, just those ones that I don't want to make Nick watch.
Welcome to the Mafia, Victor.
Right.
So love to have you, bro.
We don't have a name for it. It's in the works, but it will be coming out soon. And Victor picked the first movie, so I went ahead and bought it so I could watch it. It's called Altered States.
Mm.
So be on the lookout for that. Me and Victor, new episode or new segment.
I like the cover.
It has a cool cover, right? I just watched it. It's a trippy ass fucking movie. Dope. So be on the lookout for that new segment with War with Cinema.
Hell yeah, man.
You were talking about this earlier. That's what I thought was funny. I picked this up for $12.
Hell yeah.
The Inglourious Bastards 4K. It was $12, and I'm like, let me go ahead and upgrade that.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Comic Concierge on TikTok. He made a great point about that movie the other day about how he hated it the first time, but then he went back and watched it and he picked up on so much other stuff.
It's because you have to watch it with the right eyes.
Well, I was the exact same way. When I saw it the first time, I was like, that's the worst one he's ever done. And like now it's in my top 3 for him.
But you can have the my old school copy to put it in the stack.
I'll give it to the stack we can sign.
Yeah, the stack.
That is a cool cover though.
Right, I like that. It's that special edition DVD.
Yeah, I don't know if I have this one. I might keep this one and give him the other one.
Go for it. And then I have my last one that I was telling you about earlier in the podcast. So this got released on 4K,
Right.
and it's been in my to buy list. I saw it at Best Buy, and I'm like, let me grab that. I've never seen this movie, and you're going to be like blown away. I've never seen it.
Oh my God, bro. The Untouchables? That is the dopest fucking slipcover ever, by the way.
Yeah, I've never seen The Untouchables.
It's a great gangster movie.
Yeah. I know you've mentioned it, and I just haven't had the heart to tell you that I haven't seen it.
One of my favorite De Niro roles, which we've talked about this when we did Capone with Tom Hardy, and just anytime Al Capone gets mentioned is you don't know what he sounded like. Nobody knows what this fucking guy sounded like, but
Right.
De Niro brings De Niro to it, and it's fucking gold.
Yeah, so
Kevin Costner's also great in it, and R.I.P. to the great Sean Connery. He's awesome in it too.
So it finally got a 4K release, and I'm like, I got to get that because people quote it as like.
I definitely want to do an episode on it at some point, but I don't want to do it this week. The pick that I got for you, I told you it was going to be hard to shake me off of this one.
Oh, okay.
We're doing The Fifth Element, bro.
Oh my God, are you serious? Yeah. I'm actually glad I didn't knock you off that pedestal because I fucking want to do Fifth Element.
I love that fucking movie.
Because if you didn't give it to me, I was going to give it to you.
Fuck yeah, we're going to do Fifth Element because I was
fucking love Fifth Element.
Yeah, man.
And then after that, we'll probably do 12 Monkeys.
Hey, I'm down. I like it when we do actors back to back, man.
Yeah, some Bruce Willis.
Director, actor, either one, But yeah, that's fucking cool, man. I like that. We're definitely going to do that. Yeah, Fifth Element. I thought of it this morning. It just hit me. I was just like, you know what? We're going back to the wheelhouse, baby. Fucking big, dumb action movies.
It definitely. It's a big, dumb sci-fi action movie.
It's really something. That's the only thing I can ever think of Bruce Willis has done that if you look at it on paper, you're like, that movie had to bomb hard.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite fucking movies he's ever done.
Same. Luc Besson.
Yeah.
That and
How awesome is that guy, bro? Not only does he do nothing but banger ass movies, but he also gets to fuck Mila Djokovic every day. Like, fucking true hero of mine, guy.
we didn't do Leon the Professional, did we?
Not yet.
Oh, it's going to be a hard tie. 12 Monkeys or Leon the Professional?
What, from Luc Besson?
Next pick for me after Fifth Element.
Oh, I love Leon too, man. I can talk about that shit too.
I can leave that for one of your picks.
Maybe. Yeah, it's definitely in the par wheelhouse. Fucking Gary Oldman.
That's not what I'm saying. Luc Besson and Gary Oldman.
Yes, they fucking hit, dude. Every time.
Hell yeah!
I believe he did The Family too, didn't he?
Yep.
And I knew it. That guy does nothing but bangers.
Nah,
bro.
The Family was a miss.
That fucking movie's awesome, bro.
No, it's not.
Still
Really
can't believe
not.
you didn't like that shit.
I did not like that movie.
A man's leg does not break like this from falling. Well, he had a tool bag, so maybe the weight. I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
You can't convince me it's not a good movie.
Some of that shit was just fucking gold, man.
But I don't have anything else. Do you?
No, man. I feel like we got it all out this week.
All right. Well, The Fifth Element. Until then.
Later, y'all.
Later.